Take two. Welcome to LearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and this is Kendra. And if you can read lips, you already knew that. But we are going to be doing songwriting. We already did the melody writing yesterday, and we did the chord writing before that. So this is just going to be the lyrics part. A lot of you aren't interested in doing the lyrics. You just want to play piano, and that's totally cool. This won't apply to you at all. But if you are really wanting to write lyrics, then let's jump in and see what advice we can pull down. She has now
where should I
got
put the bell?
I could tell you where to put the bell.
How about it's over here?
Yeah,
so only
right
I
there.
can reach it.
The bell.
So the bell is from a previous video, and I got, my mom and I got Jamie this bell.
Yes.
It has like a little emoji thing on it.
Yes.
And it's.
They got it for me, so she can use it to ding whenever she feels I'm being
I should
too
put it right
boring.
here.
So, okay.
This is fun.
So if you hear that, it means Kendra's bored. So I'll try to move fast enough that that doesn't happen too frequently.
Hopefully, let us know in the chat. Make sure you can hear us now, because
we are streaming live on Kendra's channel right now.
Yes.
So if you are a subscriber on my channel.
Oh, and I don't know if you covered this just now, but the first two parts of the video were melody and how to write a song in 5 minutes, right?
Yes.
And those in my channel are in the description box.
Oh, that's right.
And
thank you.
Most likely.
Let's get on with it. Here we go. So we're going to cover 4 sections today. Instead of doing the keys overlay like we often do, I'm just going to give you the tablet down here in the corner. So you've got the PDF that you downloaded printed out. This is page, like the next to last page.
Wait, where can I get the PDF on my channel?
Oh, they can't.
Is there anything
yet.
like later?
Maybe we'll talk about that later. Yeah, sure.
Well,
yeah. Why not? Yes.
Is there a link I can put? Or?
Not right now, because it's just for my subscribers on my
on
website.
Your website.
Yeah.
I could put your website in there.
Okay, there you go.
I'll put that later.
Okay.
LearnPianoLive.com. Yeah.
So 4 sections. We're going to be talking about the theory, and then we're going to be talking about preparing, all the stuff you do before you actually write the lyrics, what you do to write your lyrics, and then how you can go back and refine them. Because almost 100% sure, once you write your lyrics, you're not going to be happy with them, and you're going to want to mess with them and go back and fix them all. So first, let's talk about the theory behind writing lyrics. And I'd like you to jump in on this part because you've written several songs already.
Okay. I've posted 4.
Yes.
But I've got some more in the works.
Okay, so they all want to know how it is that you, since you're actually posting more songs that you're writing, you have more original videos up than I do. So like, who's this guy? He's talking to me about writing lyrics, and he doesn't have any songs up where he wrote the lyrics. You do. So why don't you tell us about like how it is that, how do you know what to write about? Or okay, go ahead.
Well, I don't. First of all, I don't usually know what I'm gonna write about. The very first song I did, I had some help from my mom, and it was called In My Head, and it was just about, because I didn't know it was gonna happen in the future. And so I wrote about maybe this is all in my head. Okay. Second song I wrote, my mom wrote.
Wait, so the song is about you being nervous about what's coming up in your life.
Like I said, I guess this whole future could just be in my head.
Right.
Because like I thought to myself, what's gonna happen next in my life? I don't know.
Okay.
So that's what that was about.
I really like that because, well, first, it's a good song. Also, it fits in nicely with what I'm about to say, which is you have to write stuff that you know, stuff that's personal to you, or stuff that you have experienced, at least experienced the emotion of. So that sounds like something that, like, as opposed to like you writing about like what it's like to be a parent or like having kids and those darn kids. Like it's just not. You might like hear a song like, hey, I could write a song like that. But if it's not your own experience, it's kind of pointless. So that was great because that was actually about you and your life. Cool. So, and then you were going to say something else and I interrupted you.
I was going to say, because I've kind of struggled with lyrics. I'm trying to get better at writing lyrics, but the second song I wrote, my mom did all the lyrics because she's really good at writing lyrics, and I just wrote the melody.
Right.
And the chords.
All right.
But I did write lyrics for 2 more songs after that.
Okay.
Go
ahead. No, go ahead.
Are you sure?
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, one of them was about my parents. Where Would I Be Without You? It's called. And I wrote about that because my parents mean a lot to me.
Yes.
And then I wrote my last song so far. It's called I Will Miss You. About someone in my life that I lost, and so
yes. So those were all like personal experiences that you had, as opposed to like, I wonder what would make a good song. What would people like to listen to? What would sell a lot of albums or get a lot of hits on my channel? You're just going, what emotions do I have in my life already? Cool.
Can I say something really, really fast?
Go ahead.
I'm so sorry if I'm going on too long, but okay. So I am currently writing a song called Hold Your Hand. I'm writing a song called Love is Magic.
Okay.
I'm writing a song called Roadblock.
Okay.
And I'm writing a song called Beauty and Life.
Okay.
And I'm writing a song called Miracle.
Okay. And
I've got...
approximately how long have you been working on each of those?
Okay, so I've been working on Roadblock for a day.
Okay.
I started it yesterday.
Okay.
I've been working on Love is Magic for a while, since like February. It's pretty much finished. I need to record that.
Okay.
It's just...
So several months, a day, and what are the others?
Hold Your Hand, I recorded, and I'm hoping to make a video possibly for that.
So you're done with that one, okay?
Right, because I was in Monterey, so there's all that.
Right.
And then Beauty and Life, I only have a little bit for that one. I just started.
How long have you been working on it?
I'm not, a couple months, but I haven't been working on it.
Right. So then there's a day, there's a couple months, there's several months. So this is probably not a thing where we're going to be able to like write a wonderful song by the end of the lesson today here in the next whatever we got, 45 minutes, an hour, or something like that. But so we're gonna start down that path. But if you're not done with your song by the end of the lesson, then that would be normal. So.
Oh, and the song Miracle, I've been writing for like 3 years.
Okay.
That was the very first song I tried to write.
Yes.
And it didn't really come out well, so I haven't really been working on that lately. But I will.
All right, so let's get into the PDF then. So the very first thing is just be sincere, like we've been talking about things from your life. What experiences do you have? Most bad writing is just people trying to write what they think the audience wants to hear instead of writing what's personal to them. Now, a lot of really terrible writing is also writing what's personal to you, but it's just terribly written. But almost all the time, if you try to write someone else's story, it's not going to work out anyway, so you might as well write your own stories. And then when we talk about writing good lyrics, we're really just talking about writing a good story. So any classes you take or audiobooks you listen to that have to do with storytelling or writing or any of that stuff all of that stuff is going to apply. So we're not really talking about anything different than just writing well. That's going to make good lyrics. And as in the same vein, you can use any like writing prompts from the internet, because there's writing clubs you can join, and they'll be like, all right, today we're going to imagine you're a space alien and you're visiting your city for the first time. Write what you observe, stuff like that. So then you can use any of those writing prompts. That probably makes a really sucky song. But if you take any of those writing prompts, you can use those to help you practice writing, and then that will help your lyric writing a lot. A lot of the advice that I see over and over through the many books that I've read on lyric writing from some of the top songwriters has to do with just practicing a whole lot, which isn't really helpful to you because you came here so you wouldn't have to practice. You're like, what can I do right now to be instantly better? And the advice is you won't get instantly better. You got to do it a lot. But that's not the only advice I'm going to give. But that seems to be the predominant advice from the best songwriters out there. So they want you to carry a notebook, and whenever you get an idea, write that idea down and develop your ideas in your notebook, and then read a lot of books so that you're getting influences from a lot of different writers and practice writing a lot. And that's how you write good lyrics. And then the other stuff that we're about to say too. But that's all there. Yes.
Sometimes when I'm listening to a different song, I'm not even like thinking to myself, I'm going to write a song today. I'm just listening to a song, and all of a sudden an idea will come to me.
Yeah.
Like I'll actually hear a single word in the song.
Right.
And I'm like, that's what my song's going to be called.
Okay.
Like the other day I was listening to Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Yes.
By Simon and Garfunkel. It's a good song. I'm going to record that soon.
Yes.
But I was listening to it, and I thought they said... So I don't remember what word it was that sparked my imagination. But
yes.
It was a word in there, and I got the word wrong in my head.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, that wasn't the word. I'm like, ooh, that would make a good
song now. Yeah. So you guys hear me talk at the beginning of these lessons all the time about like you creative types and then you fearful types. So she's not one of the fearful types. Then she's just like, oh, look, I wrote a song. Oops. And she's got a song. So that's awesome. But that's not helpful for the people who they're like, well, how do I do it? And you're like, just wait for it to come to you.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, I hate your guts and I'm never going to be good at this thing. So you might have that though. If you have that epiphany, of course, write it down and take that. Probably the more you play music, the more you will think and imagine and create in music. And so if you've only been playing piano for, 6 months, you really can't play anything yet, so you're not going to be thinking, you're not going to be creating and imagining in music.
And like earlier you were saying, whenever you come up with good lyrics, you write them down. It's the same way with melodies, too. Like, whenever I come up with, like, a song idea, sometimes it's just words, and sometimes it's just melody. So make sure you record yourself, like, on your cell phone or whatever.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because otherwise I'll forget.
And that has more to do with like yesterday's lesson with melody creation and stuff like that, because you don't want to lose it, because you'll take an idea and you'll start to develop it and change it, and then you won't like what it becomes, and then you're like, oh, I think I messed it up somewhere. But if you don't have the original recorded somewhere, then it's just this thing that you screwed up, and now you don't have the original little chunk of idea that you had originally. Cool. Yeah?
So now we're going to...
a last thing on that
yeah, go for
the theory thing is that in general, a lot of the bad songwriting is cliche writing. Do you know what that means? That's like saying things that everybody already knows is true. So you want to like not write in a way that just sounds like what everybody else is saying.
Right.
So cliche is just saying the same.
You don't want all
the same
of them to
things.
be the same.
Yes, and you don't want to say it in the same way that other people say. Sayings that you hear all the time, right? Okay, so you don't want to use those. But the problem is the sayings that you hear all the time are sayings because they ring true to a lot of people.
Because you want your song to stand out, but...
Yes, but you only have 26 letters. You only have a few hundred words in your language that you're going to be using, and so then you're limited with your options.
Yeah, because there's some words you probably won't be using, like zebra. Like, why would you put zebra into your song?
Uh-oh.
That just came to me.
Sorry, we're going to write a song about zebras today.
No,
Write it down. Sorry, it's there. So then,
why did I even?
Let's go to preparing. So,
wait, where do I write it down?
Oh, just anywhere on there. You got lots of blank space there. Cool. Blank space. That's a song.
I got a blank space.
Yeah, okay, right. So then, making a list of the most compelling songs that we're in the preparation phase now. So what I recommend before you do any songwriting is just think about what are the most emotional, not sad necessarily, but the most compelling songs, the most exciting songs.
Work.
Oh, there's others over there.
Wait, let's see if this... Oh, there it goes.
So the ones that evoke the most emotion from you. Maybe it's excitement, maybe it's sadness, maybe it's romance, maybe it's whatever the emotion is. Wherever you have, you can think of a song that has strong emotion, write that down. Make a list of 5, 10, 20, 30 of those. And then go look up the lyrics and see what it is that they do in their song. You want to revisit this list later after you've practiced writing some stuff, because you will... develop tools as you're writing your own songs, and you'll go back and you'll notice that you thought it was a really emotional song because you thought it had a really beautiful melody. But then after you do all this lyric writing stuff, then you go back and you realize, wait, that wasn't compelling because it was such a great melody, but they did this thing and this thing and this thing, and I've used that tool before. So anyway, keep that list of compelling songs, and then you'll want to revisit that later. And also, there's this link in here to songlyricsgenerator.org. I'm hoping that if you're watching this in the archives or whatever, this thing is still up, because this is hilarious.
Wait, so I want to just I want to ask. So when I put the link for your
PDF, then this will be in the PDF.
Wait, there's a link to your PDF?
There will be.
Wait, when am I putting...
So right now you can go to song-lyrics-generator.org.uk, and you can go to this site right here. And so you just pick the artist. So I'd pick like Taylor Swift. And then they ask you for some details, and then they write you a song in the style of whoever the artist was that you picked. So that'll be kind of cool for you to like be able to go through, because they've essentially done what I told you to do a second ago, which is make a list of all the most compelling songs and then see what they've done. Well, these guys have just broken down the lyrics from several different artists and said, all right, so what is this? How does this person tend to say these different emotions? So when you plug all your stuff in, then you get your song. And of course, the goofier you make this, it's like kind of like Taylor Swift Mad Libs or something like that. The more stuff you put in here that's goofy, the goofier your song gets. So it's kind of fun, but it's also very interesting to see what they notice about different songwriters and their techniques. Cool. So then another thing you can do before you start writing anything in your song is practice by fixing existing songs or taking an existing song, wiping out all the lyrics, just take the melody and try to write something else over top of it. When you listen to the song, it's going to be hard to ignore the lyrics, especially if you already know the song and you're singing them in your head. But try to wipe out the lyrics and then write your own lyrics on top of that and just practice with that, because you know you've got a compelling melody and a compelling set of chords there, so you're not like wondering, well, is this just a really sucky song that I can't find any lyrics to go with because it's just not a good song. You know for sure it's a good song, and now you're just trying to put your lyrics on top of that. And then the fixing existing songs thing is wherever you have a song that just doesn't, like, maybe you agree with the emotion, but the way they explain it just doesn't ring true with you. So, like, you've got this song that you like, Scars to Your Beautiful. Right, okay. That song bugs me a lot.
What?
Yeah.
I love that song.
Who is it that sings? Alessia Cara?
Alessia Cara.
Alessia Cara. Yeah, okay, cool. So, yeah, no, like, I can agree with the sentiment.
We're beautiful.
Yeah. So, the whole
song.
song is about you're really beautiful, and so don't listen to the world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which I can get behind that. But then, like, they go into the details of, like, you're the best you that you can be, and just be yourself, and who you are today is the best person. And I know for sure that's not the case with me. I'm hopefully going to be better tomorrow than I am today.
But it's, like, about being yourself.
Right.
It's so uplifting.
Don't be yourself. That's what I'm saying. That's a horrible... I agree with the sentiment, but I think the way that she laid it out, or whoever wrote the lyrics for her, laid it out is, like, it's terrible. You shouldn't be yourself. You should try to be better than yourself. That's the whole point of life. Be better than who you are today. Don't beat yourself up for who you are. Just, like, try to be better.
Okay.
Right?
Well, but, like, who you are is who you are. Like...
No.
But, no, I know. I get that you always are trying to work to be better.
Right.
But the best you is the you that you are.
No.
It's true, though. The you that you are... Wait, how does it go?
Right.
Shoot.
It's in the song. I know. And it's not right. The best you is the you that you are tomorrow. Okay.
I was trying to.
So anyway, we obviously have a difference of opinion
No
about
better
that
you
one. That's
than the
one
you that you
that
are.
I would go wipe out the lyrics and go, all right, so I'm going to keep the core of this emotion that I agree with, and I'm going to try to write better lyrics. So the point is not about how you should live your life. Ask your mom and dad about that. But the point is you can take a song that is like that for you, or it's just like something in it bugs you, and then you can wipe that out and try to make a better song than the one that exists. Okay. Sorry, Elise. Yeah, go ahead. I think you're just dinging me because I'm talking bad about your friend there, Alessia Cara.
That'd be so cool if we were friends.
Okay.
I want to be friends with Alessia Cara. That'd be so cool.
All right. So the next thing in preparing is that you want to pin down the emotion. We've talked about that a lot before already about wanting to make sure that this is something that's coming from your life, but you also need to notice that emotions don't come individually. They're always linked with something else. So, for example, in your life, you had this whole thing about, like, what if the thing in my life is, like, all in my head? What's the emotion there?
Gosh, I was thinking to myself, because I had just pretty much started my YouTube channel.
Right.
And I was thinking, I don't know where this is going to go. I still don't.
Yes.
So I was just singing about, I don't know how my life is going to turn out. I don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Okay, so there's some insecurity there?
Yeah.
Was that the one? Is that the emotion?
I think, well, I guess this
is all the stuff that you need to go through right here. Wait, what is the emotion?
Before you write a song.
I don't know.
Well, no, because I was just wondering what was going to happen in the future.
Right.
So I was like, I guess this whole future, because...
What is that emotion?
Curiosity.
Curiosity. Insecurity. Fear. Excitement. Anticipation.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't
So
think of the
these
word.
are like there's a little bit of each of these inside of here. So just pay attention to the fact that emotions aren't going to happen on their own. So if you're like, I'm going to write a love song, no such thing exists. At least not a good one. If you just write a love song, love doesn't happen on its own. All the songs that you really love that have to do with love have to do with some other aspects of it too. And I'm not sure if you like me, but I like you. So there's like love plus insecurity. That's the song, actually.
If I said I liked you, would you love me back though?
Oh, I believe that's a song.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That'd be cool if I just came up with that. But no.
So looking for emotion families instead of just like, I'm going to write a song about, being afraid. That's not an actual thing. So then one way you can find this is in your own life, and I won't put you on the spot here to ask you about this for you, but if you've ever had a conversation with someone that either ended really well or really badly, it was an emotionally charged conversation. If you just usually take the last phrase of it or the turning point in it, then oftentimes that is going to be a key to a good song. So if the conversation ends something like, "But I don't think I like you that way," that's.
I'm so confused.
Okay, so you're talking with your boyfriend and he's like, well, and you're like, "But it doesn't seem like you would spend any time with me." He's like, "Well, I don't know if I like you that way or not."
Are you saying that could or couldn't be a song?
Oh, that could totally be a song. Yeah. You could write a song.
I don't have a boyfriend, though.
Right. No, I was just giving examples. So then, well, like I said, I didn't want to put you on the spot. Who's someone you've been angry at recently and had a conversation with? And how did it end?
Well.
Okay. You don't have to.
Well,
I wouldn't recommend it.
Can I bring something up really quick?
Okay,
so
go
I'm
ahead.
writing a song, like I said.
Go ahead. No, I'm listening. This is how I listen.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm writing a song, like I said earlier, called Roadblock.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to figure out, because I came up with it, the words are, you're my roadblock, you're my fear, you're the reason I've been shedding every tear.
Okay.
You're my
We'll talk about rhymes too, yeah.
Yeah. You're my roadblock, you're my flaw.
Mm-hmm.
You're my ultimate obstacle.
Okay.
See, obstacle and flaw don't rhyme,
okay, right.
But you don't notice, and then...
Are you asking about rhymes, or are you asking about, what are you asking about?
No, I'm saying I don't know how much this relates to my life. Because I was saying, I
was
have
gonna
had
ask you.
situations in my life where I felt this way.
Yes.
There are,
You could write about that wherever you felt that way. But if it seems like a thing that a lot of people write a song about, and so you're sure that it's a good idea to write a song about
nobody has a song that I know of called Roadblock.
Oh, okay.
So I figured that was
Maybe
kind of cool.
that's because no one has that emotion. That's not true. But
Except
I'm saying,
for me, I'm the only person.
Just because it doesn't
in the world.
exist doesn't mean it's a good idea and it should exist. Maybe sometimes it's just not a thing.
Wait,
yet.
oh, shoot, I forgot.
But I would think about whatever the name of the person is that had Danny or Susie or whoever that is. Think about
I know
them
it's neither of those
and
names.
write to them. I was trying to think of people that I was hoping you wouldn't know. Yeah, so think about whoever that is, whoever that roadblock is.
I think I know.
And write about that one instead of in general, what would a roadblock be like in a life? They would probably keep me from being happy. You keep me from being happy. If that wasn't part of your experience, that's probably not going to come across as genuine or sincere.
Well, because I was writing just from, I knew I'd had some kind of.
Oh, it hurt my soul. Sorry.
Oh.
You know that you have what? Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
One sentence. Go. I know that I have.
I don't remember what I was going to say.
I wrecked it.
No,
Sorry.
you didn't. Okay. I was talking for
so
a
then,
really long time.
the other one is in your own emotion. Don't be afraid to write about something that you don't know if someone else has experienced. So all of the emotions are the same. They're all going to be universal, and everyone has that thing in their life. Those things, those hundreds and thousands of things. They're like, I don't know if anyone has ever experienced this before. I know you all have that experience just playing piano. You adult students all are like, but I don't know, it seems like I'm not learning this as fast as I should, and am I moving at the right pace, and all of these insecurities about learning how to do something new and learning how to play piano. So I know that you have at least some of those, and everybody has a lot more than that. Has everyone ever felt the way that I'm feeling, or does anyone do this thing that I do, or that's all good opportunities for songwriting, because if you have that, there are other people who have that, and when they hear your song, going to be like, yes, that's me, and they're going to fall in love with your song because you have that connection with them in the same way that, yes, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that we've been talking about this for about a half hour, so should we get into the songwriting lyric stuff?
Oh, almost. We got to prepare. We're still in the preparation
start.
stage. No, we got to keep going. So, universal specificities. What is there that you have that you wonder if anyone else has done before? I'm not asking you that right now. I'm just saying that's a good idea for coming up with a song. Okay. And then when you come up with your song topic, you finally decide what it is, this thing that I'm writing about.
What's ours going to be about?
Then zebras. I hope not. I don't know.
I'm a little nervous to write a song about zebras.
We'll find out. So then,
that was a word that I was saying shouldn't be in a song.
Right,
like,
I know.
Hardly anybody
so
writes a song.
I want to prove you wrong. You know how I am.
Yeah.
So then, when you get a song topic, go and look up for other artists who have done the same song topic and see what they've done with that, and you might get some ideas there. Try not to steal theirs, but again, if you are reading a lot of books, you're listening to a lot of songs, you're paying attention to the lyrics, not just listening to the music, then you're going to pick up a lot of ideas and learn how to express yourself more succinctly. Last one is internalize your melody, and this we talked about a little bit yesterday in the melody writing section, because we said just play your chords over and over and see if there's a rhythm that pops out. See if there's a melody that pops out. A lot of times if you can just repeat that thing over and over, then those things will pop out. A lot of times the same thing will be true with the lyrics. So if you just play your melody over and over that you wrote on top of your chord set that we started out with, then if you just play that over and over and over, and don't try to come up with any lyrics, you sing it in the shower and you just let it like marinate for a while, a lot of times the lyrics will come to you, or a part of the lyric, or at least the emotion. You'll think, it's a really happy song, or this song feels kind of like out of balance, like this feels like it's supposed to be about some kind of fear or insecurity or something like that. So just letting that marinate can often help with the lyrics as well. Go ahead. I agree completely. Okay. All right, finally the writing section.
Yes.
Okay.
This is what I came here for.
Okay. Title. Start with the title. And this is where you're going to spend a lot of time. Title. Title. So we want some phrase,
should we
some word.
There was the song that I mentioned earlier called Beauty in Life that I started writing.
Oh, no. Nothing that you've done before.
No. But, like, I only had, like, 1 or 2 lines for the whole thing. And I want to make something, like, totally new with it. Because I haven't been working on it because I can't come up with anything. I was like, Beauty in Life, I really like that title. And then I came up with, like, chords that I
That's all you have as the title?
Well, no, I wrote lyrics and then I decided I didn't like them.
I don't trust you. I think you got a whole lot of stuff that you've already been, like, doing in your head.
The only thing I have come up with is the beauty in life, and that's it.
No, we're doing zebras. Let's do
zebras.
I'm sorry.
Are you going to force me to do zebras?
I'm going to force you to do zebras. Okay. So then, this is not a great title. What?
How about, like, dreaming or something?
Dreaming. Like just that word as your title.
Dreaming.
Sure, yes. So at home, you could write a song about zebras or about dreaming. Okay.
I like dreaming. Let's do dreaming.
Okay, just because it seems like a cool...
Oh, I did do I'm also working on a song called Floating. I forgot about that one.
So then, we got to spend some time... you've already worked on these. These people are wanting to, they
dreaming.
Don't have a title.
I have not worked on dreaming at all. I promise you guys. I promise. I just came up with that.
Dreaming of what?
I don't know. Dreaming of... I don't know. Of great things.
Dreaming of great things.
I don't know.
It doesn't strike me as a great title.
No, I know.
But it's probably a Selena Gomez song.
Just Dreaming.
Okay, just dreaming.
Oh, we
Go
can
ahead.
do Just Dreaming.
Just dreaming.
Should we
Just dreaming? Write it down.
Just Dreaming.
So when I say labor on a great title, I don't mean make one up in 30 seconds like what we're doing right now. But if you have a great title, that is going to help you a lot. This is the same process that you would go through, though, like zebras, not one. Dreaming, maybe, but dreaming of great things, no, probably not one. All of this stuff is the stuff that you need to go through for seconds, minutes, hours, days, as you try to come up with that thing that like really catches your attention or evokes a lot of emotion. So when you say just dreaming, what's the thing in your gut that you feel like that song is probably going to be about, Kendra?
Huh? Oh yeah.
Just dreaming. What's that evoke in you?
Well, I personally someday want to become a singer.
Okay.
I mean, I knew I already sing, but like, you know what I mean. So I want to travel the world and perform.
Okay.
So when I think of just dreaming, that's what I think of because that's my dream.
That's what you want to do.
Okay. Maybe I'm just dreaming of that.
Okay. So just dreaming.
It makes me happy. Just dreaming of things that make me happy.
So the next thing we want to do is come up with our first line of just dreaming.
This is so terrible. I tried with the pen and then I traced over it with the pencil.
Good. We're just here for the lyrics, not the handwriting. So then, just dreaming. We need a compelling first line. And this, again, is where if you go to some of your favorite artists and look at their lyrics, you're going to notice that the first line of what they write is very compelling. It puts you in a certain place. In fact, let's do that right now. Let's go. We said Taylor Swift, right? Mm-hmm. Taylor Swift lyrics. Blank space.
Blank space.
Apparently this is all right. All right. So very first thing, blank space. First line. First of all, blank space. The title, like that's cool because like that seems like.
She was probably trying to write a song and like, gosh, I'm just blank. Oh, blank space.
Well, and if you listen to the song is about.
I got a blank space.
No, but what's it about though?
Oh.
How's it go?
Some guy, I guess.
Some guy.
And it's about. I have a blank space. I'm not with anybody right now, and I'll write your name.
I'll make space for you. Yes.
So I'll make space for you.
Right. Yes. Okay. So then, very first line right here.
Nice to meet you. Where you been? I can show you.
Yes. Cool. Yes. Incredible things. Yeah. All right. So very first thing, like she's already into the action of the thing. She's not like describing her situation or saying like, "Man, I sure do feel lonely." Like she's just in the situation. She's telling you about what's going on. And there you got a song title, you got blank space, and the first line, "Nice to meet you. Where you been?" She's obviously there's some interaction going on, and you're already engaged with the song, trying to figure out what in the world is happening. I'm hoping that works as well on the rest of these. You belong with me.
You belong with yeah someday.
You're on the phone with your girlfriend, and she's a girl, and she's talking to apparently a dude, and he's on the phone with his girlfriend. So like again, we're like very first line. We're into the action. She hasn't described.
I was singing the wrong song, Jamin. I was singing Mean. I just realized all you gotta be or all you.
We'll forgive you.
I'm sorry. I don't really know.
So then, I think I've dinged you more than you've dinged me this time. Ha ha! Finally catching up for all those past lessons. So she's obviously a girl. She's talking to a dude, and the dude is on the phone with apparently another girl. Otherwise, she would say, "You're on the phone with me, and I'm your girlfriend," right? But that's gonna make a weird clip on the internet. Me saying that. Shake it off. I stay out too late. Got nothing in my brain? I don't like that one as much.
That's what people say.
Yeah. It's a catchy song, but that first line doesn't catch me as much.
Got nothing in my brain.
That one's catchy.
So bad,
once you get to that second line, like, all right, so I don't know what she's trying to say. Who would write a song?
Hit, though, so.
What's that?
It is a huge hit, though.
Sure, yes, but some songs are huge hits because of the melody or the lyrics or the progression or the beat, or there's all kinds of stuff in there. But once she gets to the "I got nothing in my brain" part, then like I'm intrigued. Like, what? I don't know what you're trying to say now. Like, why would you write a song about how dumb you are?
But then see, that's what people
say.
But
that's right.
Say that.
Ooh, ooh. Okay, one more of these. You need to do this on your own for whoever, because you may not be into Taylor Swift. I know the vast majority of my audience is not into Taylor Swift. But so Wildest Dreams. He said, "Let's get out of this town."
Drive out. I can't go that way.
Okay, so then apparently, like there's some discontent here. So with each of these first lines, you can already feel the emotion that they're presenting. They're not telling you about the emotion. They're putting you in the situation and showing you the emotion. So there you go. That's, I think, the takeaway from that. So you want a great first line. Just dreaming. So the emotion that you were describing.
Happiness. I'm dreaming of amazing things.
Oh, okay. So this isn't like the insecurity one from before.
No,
this is joy.
I'm dreaming of joy and happy things.
Okay. All right.
I want to write a song about happy things. So I'm just dreaming of, like, kind of like the other one, like what my life's going to be like. But
tell me other emotions that happen in there. What's our emotion family?
Wonderment.
Wonder.
Is that a word?
Sure. Yeah, it is now. So joy.
Oh, is that from Friends? General wonderment.
Okay.
Done now.
Yeah, wonder, joy.
Put the bell over here. Just kidding.
What else do we have?
Wonderment, joy. I don't know.
Anticipation, I think, again.
Sure, yeah.
A different type. It's not the nervous type. It's just the excited type.
Yeah,
cool, write those down.
Okay. Like at the top or something?
Yeah, sure. All of those things.
So you said anticipation.
I'm gonna link this. We're gonna scan that and put that in your PDF.
I have such bad hands.
So no, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
And I dropped the bell.
That's all right.
Wow.
I needed it anyway.
Thanks, Jamin.
So then we have all those things, and we want to think about the story that we're telling or the situations that we're creating where that emotion is most evident. So I say we put you in the situation that you're just dreaming of.
Okay.
I think this is going to wreck our title also, for me, because if you're saying just dreaming, then it's like, but this isn't real. To me, it's like it should be sad.
Okay.
So already we've got a problem with our lyrics and our title not
true.
matching up. Because you said the title is just dreaming, but you said you want it to be dreaming. I'm the one who put the just in there. I'm like, yeah, do the just thing. The just was my idea.
I kind of
Cross
like
it out.
the just. No. I want to keep it.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
I'm just
So
dreaming
then,
of a better
I would
place.
put you immediately, just using Taylor Swift's examples, I would put you immediately into what is the situation that is fantastical, and we want to make it so unbelievable. Like you are, how old are you again? Sorry, how old are you?
You know
14.
how old I am? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how old I am. How do
That
you
was a
not know
close
how
one.
old I am?
That was a really close one.
Actually, I don't know how old you are, though.
I don't either. That's the problem. So then we were already going to put you in the situation that a 14-year-old could not be in. So this is the dreaming part.
Right.
So in your ultimate dream, you are where? Doing what again?
What?
Oh, what's the stream that you were talking about? Joy and the
Happiness and
yes,
I'm
because you
dreaming
want
of
to-
happy things. Maybe
Yes.
I'm put in a sadder situation.
No,
to start.
no sad. We said joy.
Okay.
Okay, so
But I'm just dreaming of being a big star.
being a big star.
Those are lyrics from the Imagine
So,
Dragons song, though.
something.
Dreaming of being a big star. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what
So
song
then,
it
the
was.
very first thing we're going to do is we're going to put you in the situation of being a big star.
Okay.
So you walk on stage to 20,000 fans. Write it down.
What?
That's our very first thing.
20,000 fans?
Yeah, you walk on stage, or the lights come up, or something. So we're already we're in the situation. We don't have to explain that we're talking about something fantastical or happy or exciting. You're just by the...
What's the word? I'm sorry to interrupt
Go
you,
ahead.
but I was thinking, have you ever heard oh, got it, never mind.
Okay. So then, you can see again, this is just stealing the ideas from Taylor Swift's stuff, but I think her lyrics were a good example of showing and not telling. We're not describing, I'm really excited and this is making me really happy, but you're walking on the stage, you've got thousands of adoring fans, you can't wipe the smile off your face.
I have an idea. I have
Yes,
ideas.
go ahead.
Okay, so
Okay.
the verses start off where
Uh-huh.
I'm on stage, there's lights coming
Okay,
down,
yep.
and there's all these fans and everything,
Yes.
and then in the chorus it's but then I wake up.
Oh, and you're just dreaming.
And
so
I'm
this,
just dreaming.
Okay.
That's
But
just
you're
a good
happy
idea.
about it.
Right, but I'm happy. I wake up happy.
Okay. All right.
Or I
I'd
can
wake
wake
up sad. I'd be like, what?
I'm just
Oh.
dreaming.
Okay.
I don't
All
know,
right.
that was random.
Sure. Yeah, okay. Cool. So I like it.
The
So the
lights-
verses then are are the dream, and then the chorus is the waking up part.
Right.
Cool.
But then I wake up. That was so bad. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to do something else there.
So that takes us to our next point, which is, again, the verses are usually the problems and the choruses are the solution, or the verses are the question and the choruses are the answers. There needs to be some interplay between the verses and the choruses and how they interact with each other, so that the chorus, in a lot of cases, and this isn't always true by any means, but in a lot of cases, the chorus is going to apply to all the different verses. So the verses are your different situations, and the chorus is really the core of the emotion that is going to interact with each of the verses. Did that make any sense?
I think so.
Okay. You were distracted in reading.
I was.
Yeah, okay.
I was thinking about
So, yes.
lyrics.
Yeah.
Once you get me started,
Okay.
it's hard to stop.
Well, let's go ahead and go with
Okay.
it. The other thing you were supposed to do is come up with the last line. What's the resolution to this whole thing?
the resolution?
Yes.
What's
Dream,
gonna
just
happen in
dreaming.
the
How
end?
does this thing...
How does it end?
Yes. What is the final emotion that we leave the audience with, and how do we get there? We came up with the first one.
thinking about-
You're walking on the stage.
You're walking on stage and you feel happy at first.
Yes, 'kay.
Then you realize I'm just dreaming, or I
Okay.
realize I'm just dreaming.
'Kay.
And it's like, oh, that's a letdown.
Oh, that's
But-
what I said. And
but-
you're like, no, I'm happy.
No. But
'Kay.
then I'm not done yet.
'Kay.
It's that a little dip, you
'Kay.
know. I'm just dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
But then I know I'll get there one day or something like that. And then I know
like
I'll
it.
figure it out or
Write
something.
it down. That's wonderful. Yes.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah, I'll get there one day. So I'd put that like at the bottom of the page so that you got like, that doesn't have an eraser on it. Sorry. So then, yeah, you've got your final resolution to it. You know where you're going in the song. So you can have all your different verses, in our case. And again, this is hopefully totally random looking because it is. But we've got all of our different situations that you're dreaming about. The choruses are you back in reality. And then the very last part of it is going to be,
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, go ahead.
And then the very last part is going to be...
like the bridge is going to be like, but I know I'll get there one day or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Because you know how the bridge is supposed to be like all different and cool sounding?
Musically, that's true. But we'll talk about what bridges do lyrically in just a second. Cool. So then, something else we want to do is appeal to the senses. So one way that you can get... the more emotion out of your lyrics is when you talk about going on stage. Talk about you've got your five senses. So the
sight.
The crowd is deafening.
Yeah.
Right. The lights are blinding. I don't know what you're smelling on your stage.
Smelling goodness. Potato chips. Popcorn.
You're just thinking about the treats backstage.
Really? I am.
So any of those senses are going to help.
I don't know what I'm tasting.
So, you could, yeah. I don't know either. So then,
I'm
what of
the
those is the most compelling to you? What do we have? Taste, touch,
smelling,
smell, sight.
And hearing.
Hearing. Okay, so which of those do you want to appeal to in your first line?
Sight.
Sight. So, what do you want to say about
the
your sight?
lights come shining down and down. I don't know how it's gonna
I would
go.
prefer something about that describes the sense instead of telling me about what the lights are doing.
I look out and
me.
I see.
Okay, but let's wait on the melody. First, just tell me about...
I look out and I see. Happy now?
Go ahead. I'm
so happy now.
So, all right. So, no, I want you to, again, with the lights are blinding thing, that is, or I can't see through the lights, or they're hot. That's the touch one. The hot lights. Cool. All right. I knew there was one in there. So then...
That just, you know how...
Instead of describing, like, what is occurring, I want you to show it to me with the emotions and the senses.
Okay.
So saying the lights are up in the balcony and they're shining down on me and it's really super bright is like describing it's painting a scenario for me, but it's too descriptive. It's not compelling enough. It's not engaging enough. I can imagine that being in a book somewhere, but I can't imagine myself there. I'm not there with you.
Right.
I'm just imagining you there.
Right.
But you don't want your audience
to relate to it.
Yeah, you don't want your audience to imagine you there. You want your audience to imagine
themselves
there. Yeah. So you got to put them in the situation with the senses. Okay. We've got to cover some more of this stuff here because we've said a lot of it already.
I'll just keep my brain going.
So, okay.
Gotta think.
Good job.
I've already gotten like tons of new ideas.
Okay, there's some good quotes in here and stuff that we've already talked about. So this quote, I love this one. To name is to destroy and to evoke is to create. So if you're describing something, then you are probably making that situation less compelling. But if you are evoking emotion, if you are compelling a person, then you are forcing them to create that situation on their own. You want them... You're yawning at me?
No. I would never.
Go ahead. I deserve it. Yeah.
I can't... I would never yawn at you,
if you put them in the situation, they are creating this thing on their own, and it's coming out of them. That's what you want, instead of them peering in on your situation and your world. That's going to be much less compelling. Okay. More context, so adding in more whens and wheres and hows, all of that is going to help people put more of their self in there. And then using triggers as well. So then for us, we've got dreaming. Now, I've talked about symbols, triggers, icons, anything. And that's kind of where I was going to go with zebras, but we did this dreaming thing instead. So with this, we need some kind of thing, the thing that brings you back to the reality that you understand you're just dreaming. So it could be the touch of your pillow, the sound of your alarm, the maybe you're daydreaming.
Maybe. I was thinking, like, I don't know where this would go, but, like, I opened my eyes or something. It was, like, my first thought.
Okay.
When you wake up, the first thing, sometimes I don't wake up from anything in particular. I just wake up.
I believe you. That's wonderful.
Oh, why am I awake?
Yeah, so we're talking about daydreaming then for you. So it would be what would bring you back to reality from dreaming?
Well, I got this new
You run into a zebra, bam. Oh, wait, I'm in the jungle. I'm not on stage. Sorry, go ahead.
That was good, though.
Okay.
I was just going to say,
ahead.
I got this new sleep mask, but in the past, I would wake up because, like, the light I would see.
Oh, yeah, the light in your eyes.
Yeah.
That could be your omen. So trying to include something that recurs often within your song is going to help people bring back all that emotion that you created in them with all of your lyrics, and you put all this effort into it in your title, in your first line, and you're trying to show and not describe and all of that stuff. Then if you have something that you can link that to, then every time you bring up that thing, you get the benefit of all that other work that you put in there instead of like trying to keep coming up with more ways to show and not tell and more ways to evoke this emotion. You can just bring this little thing back, and you know it's the light in your eyes or the whatever it is, and then bam, you've got all that other work that you already put in brought back to you.
I'll still
I thought you were like, that's such a great idea. I'm going to use an omen. No, you're like, could you shut up? I want to talk.
It's weird if I reach down there for the bell. So
yeah,
can
okay.
You, like, move this? Thanks.
Go ahead.
Now it's
that was it?
me.
You just wanted access to that. Okay. Excuse me. I'm not able to interrupt you like I'm doing right now. Can you give me... Okay. So then it is also commonly... common advice from the pros who know way more than me to write your first draft as quickly as possible and not spend 3 months trying to come up with, just like do it, come up with it, and then later on grind out all the details and pile on and do your, do all the fixing later. But just trying to get that first thing out, like we talked about with writing melodies, whatever that melody is, whatever that rhythm is, like you want to record that thing right then so you don't lose that later on after you've developed it and wrecked it, and you want to go back and like fix whatever it was that was broken on it. So it's apparently common advice to just write the first one quickly. I think we're almost done with this section on the writing. Is there anything else you want to add in? No.
Not that I can think of.
Okay, so then the last thing would be make sure that you give each main character in your song their own emotion. So if you are the only character, then that's cool.
I like that.
Yes, you're on stage, you're dreaming. This is all about Kendra. No one else enters into this picture. But a lot of songs are going to involve another person as well. And so then you want to make sure that you see the situation from their perspective, do your all that stuff again, as if you're creating a novel or writing a story. You want to ask yourself, all right, so what is this person feeling? What is their emotion family? It's almost for sure, it definitely is different than your emotion family, and trying to give them their own personality, and that will come out then in your lyric writing and your story writing if that is a complete person and not just this wall that I keep bouncing my emotions off of because they've got their own perspective, and that's going to help develop your song and make it more full. I think that's it for that. Yeah? And then we talk about the refining process. Oh, so this is after
I don't know
you've
what that means.
already taken all of that.
Oh, it's like
you wrote it all out,
and now
you're like,
smoothing
hey,
out
I've got this song, and I don't want to sing it for anyone because I think it's really terrible. So then that's when we go into the refining process. Or even if you think it's great, then we talk about the refining process. So then make sure you go into each line of your song after you have it all written out. You've got your verses. We've talked again in the, especially in the first lesson that we did 2 days ago, about how many verses and choruses you should generally have. So hopefully your lyrics fit on one page. If they don't fit on one page, then you're writing a story. You're not writing a song. So you kind of need to be a little more succinct with that stuff. But then go into each line of your song, and each one of them should make sense on their own or sound like a thing on their own. It shouldn't have weird grammatical orders where you're trying to make this word be at the end so it rhymes with this thing over here, but that sentence on its own doesn't really work. So it all needs to sound like a thing that you would hear in real life.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, cool. Then go through after you've done that, and each one you go through it, and you like each one makes sense, but there's definitely going to be a weakest line in there. Like every time I get to this one, like this one doesn't compel me. I feel like I need it because it helps the story move forward, but it's not. It doesn't do anything inside of me. Then you want to go through and just fix that one line and see what you can do to make that one more compelling. And then after you do that, say, all right, so now what's my weakest line? And go to your weakest line now, and then fix that one, and on and on until either you go crazy or you're sure that each one of those is maximally compelling.
Maximally?
What was your word? You had a word from Friends.
Wonderment.
I get wonderment. Okay, thank you.
Actually, I said wonderment, and then that reminded
you of a show that you love, Friends. And you're working on doing the covers from all of the Goofy songs.
Smelly cat.
Yeah, okay.
Smelly cat.
All right. So then next we're going to make sure that we line up the accented words. Again, this is after you've already written all of your lyrics out. You've matched it up with your melody, all that stuff. You've gone through each line. They're all compelling. And then you have to see if wherever you have a note that gets held out for a long time, or you have a note that's higher than the rest of them, and this is where, again, yesterday and the day before his lessons can come in, Andy, that you want the syllable that lands on that note to be one of the stronger syllables. So as you're just like saying the word, is that the syllable that gets the accent? And is that the word in your line that you really want accented? You might need to go back and change your melody because this is the most important word of the phrase, but my highest note doesn't come in until over here. So change your highest note to over here, or change your lyrics around, or whatever you got to do to make sure that they match up.
That was such a bad ring. Yeah. Is this like?
It's my friend now. It's like, I'm not doing it for Kendra. So then the other one you want to do is vary the count of the syllables on the line. So this is when yesterday we were doing all that repeating stuff, right? And we took that same rhythmic phrase and repeated it over and over and over. This is where we go and we break that, because you don't actually want the same number of syllables in each one, even though you want the same rhythmic motif. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. You don't want your lyrics to actually go da 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 da. Da 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 da. You'll have some of them that need extra little notes and other ones that need fewer. So your lyrics might come out whatever they are. Da 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 da. Da, da, da,
I like
da,
ice
da,
cream
da,
and
da.
cake.
Right.
It's so much fun to bake. Oh, no, you don't bake ice cream.
Cake? You said cake?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can bake a cake.
But you can't bake an ice cream.
How do they make ice cream cake then? So then, varying the syllable count of each of the lines. Each verse should move the story forward, especially if you have multiple verses, like 4 or 5 or 6 verses. There's a good chance that several of those are not actually helping me be more engaged or feel the emotion more. They're just another example that you really didn't want to throw away because you were kind of attached to it because you thought it was a really great idea when you came up with it. But that story movement is already happening in some other verse. Not that same situation, but it's not really adding anything to it. You just like it because you made it and you wish that it fit in, but it doesn't really. So you gotta get rid of those. They call that killing your babies in story writing. Yeah, I was afraid you hadn't heard that before. Because you feel like it's your little baby, like you made it, and you're so excited about it. And there's this verse that you really, really like, and then you just gotta sorry, you don't fit in.
Yeah,
cut it off.
In my head, I wrote way too many verses because
right.
I didn't know the structure of a song. Mm-hmm. So I wrote my verses way too long, and I was like, I don't want to cut these out.
Yeah,
but then I had
but
to.
it just doesn't fit.
It would have been 7 minutes long.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that there aren't songs there.
Right, but I don't listen to them because they're terrible. What?
Like
no, that's fine unless you start singing a 7-minute song. We're good.
Smelly cat.
So. Okay, adverbs usually, often, sometimes mean that you have not picked a very good verb. So an adverb is a word that describes a verb. So you have some action.
So you add verb.
Yeah, so I was really, no, that's my next one. That's an adjective. So an action would be what?
Running.
Right, well, let's do
dreaming.
Dreaming.
Is that an action?
It is.
It is.
Sure, yeah. So then,
I'm dreaming.
Yeah. Now that we don't want to change that one because that's actually the title of our song. So another one is walking out onto the stage, right? And so then if you like want to
Walking
show how
slowly. Walking
right,
quickly.
yes, right. So instead of saying slowly, I was walking slowly, like that's probably an indication that you could just take out walk and find a different verb there that I don't know what else you could do.
Slower than walking.
What is slower than walking? Saunter,
Crawling.
which is crawling. I crawled out on stage. That'd be cool. What is slower than walking?
Tiptoeing?
Tiptoe. No, yeah, that's the a whole other set of emotion there. I creeped out on stage. That's
really
I inched
weird.
my way onto the stage.
That's good.
Whatever. So you get the idea. Wherever you have an adverb, usually a word that ends in ly, then you're going to have. And in a lot of cases, you can just take the verb out and come up with a better one. Same thing with adjectives. If you have an adjective, some word that's describing a noun, that's making that noun is mostly, no, really, no, this has a lot to do with emotions. Because people say, like, I'm really sad, or I was very angry, or like, there's another way to say very angry. I was
very angry.
What?
Furious.
I was furious. That's way better than very angry.
I was very angry.
Yeah.
I like very angry.
Yeah, well, and you might need the syllables, so you might have to change it back to very angry. But better to go in and take all of your adjectives and your adverbs and just pick more compelling verbs and nouns. I will ding myself on that one. Okay. So then...
I know, I'm sorry.
That's all right, we only have 4 points left. Go ahead.
Okay.
And then we're writing our song.
Okay, that's it.
Oh, that's
I
it?
wanted to know.
Oh, how many points we have left?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Exactly.
So then the other one is, we've kind of already said this, just feel free to change the rhythm. Or get a cough drop before you do a broadcast. That'll help out a lot. And then you can change up the rhythm and the melody and any of the parts that we did in the previous 2 lessons to fit your lyric. Because in the end, if you're going to put lyrics in the song, it's going to be the most important part. So better that you match up the other things with your lyrics so you have a nice, compelling song. You don't want your audience to be able to tell which thing you did first. You don't want it to sound like, well, they must have written the melody for this, and then the words, they added them later, because it doesn't quite sound like a real song that a person would sing. Or the other way around. You don't want to have like a bunch of lyrics and have the rhythms be all funky because it feels weird, and you were just like, you actually had a poem or a novel, and you just like plastered it on top of a chord pattern. So they'd be able to tell, well, you had this lyric already, you didn't really have a melody. So make sure you're adjusting all of your parts so they all fit together nicely at the end. Fair enough. 3 points left. After you finish all that, go through this worksheet again and then do all that stuff again. So go look up again, we had those songs at the very beginning that we came up with 10 or 20 songs of like, here are the most emotionally compelling songs that I have. Now that you've done all this stuff and you've thought about all this stuff, now go back and take a look at those again. And you'll go, oh yeah, I can see right there. They used the word furious instead of really mad. I can see why they would have done that. Maybe that has something to do with why this is so compelling, because I've got all these great nouns and great verbs in there. And then the last ones are really tough, but if you can, find a place to share this stuff. Maybe a subreddit or an open mic night or a Facebook page or a Toastmasters.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something that would be like really terrible because you're like, this is going to be really hard.
Oh, no, it is. Well, at least for my audience, my students, they are very frequently self-doubting because they're adults who are just starting out on this stuff. So they don't have the just dreaming stuff. They just have the just self-loathing. I don't know what it is. But no, as you get older, your perspective on life can change sometimes. And so a lot of you students, I know you are, this would be a terrifying thing to like go take this to Toastmasters or something like that. But maybe you can find a Facebook page of writers, a group of writers that are all like sharing their stuff there, and you can like throw it in there and then get some feedback. And in most cases, like with YouTube comments or any of that other stuff, 80, 90, 95% of the feedback that you get is going to be terrible because they're either going to be be way too supportive. Oh, you're the best. This is the best song ever. You're totally going to be a millionaire. Or it's going to be just trolls
Like,
who are...
you suck.
Yeah, right.
I've gotten those comments before. And I'm like,
You have? Oh, you got
Yeah.
some now? Last time we talked, you were like,
No, I've got-
people are really nice.
But I delete them. Because I
Oh.
don't like seeing them.
Oh, that's where we disagreed. I was like, you shouldn't delete them. And you're
But
right.
the
Okay.
people have said, like, you suck. You shouldn't be singing. You
Yeah.
are just so bad.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, you know what? Just get out of my comment section.
Yeah. Okay. So you'll want to make sure that you don't throw out comments just because they're harsh. So if someone says, hey, you suck, then they might be right. So you got to consider that, but you want to not either puff yourself up with a bunch of bad positive feedback or tear yourself down with a bunch of trolls. But yeah, just take into consideration that like a lot of people who are really successful or write really great things are not necessarily recognized as that in their time. And again, going back to my boy Joey Alexander, like that kid's incredible. He's the guy, the guy. You still haven't checked him out? Okay, hang on. We can do this. Joey
I've been
Alexander.
wanting to hear.
Yeah, he's amazing. I totally want to be Joey Alexander when I grow down.
When you grow down?
He's like 12.
That doesn't make any sense.
And he's just
Oh, wow.
he's fascinating. Anyway, that guy right there.
He's so cute.
Yeah, okay, but he plays like a monster. He's ridiculous.
I can't hear it though.
Yeah, okay. This is him improvising over one of the harder jazz songs written. He's just making this stuff out of the fly. He's crazy. So, my point, again, with Joey Alexander, like last time...
I was expecting you to show someone who's like 15. I don't know how old he is.
Yeah, I forgot what my point was now. I'm just in love with Joey Alexander again. Man, okay.
He deserves like so many...
Yes, but he plays jazz, so he probably won't get, as famous as you, for example, because, I don't know. But
well, he's currently more famous than I am.
I think my point was supposed to be that you might be creating really great stuff and it's just not appreciated. Like, there we go, like Joey Alexander. Because you've never heard of him. She's never heard of him. Even I've told her that like he's amazing. She's got to go check him out. She still didn't go check him out
because I forgot.
Because just being great isn't enough to get an audience. So you might be creating great stuff. You might be creating terrible stuff. You really need to do some evaluation on your own. But yeah, I think that's it. And now we write our song.
Ooh, this is what I've been waiting for.
So this is the first one. This is the worksheet.
Whoa.
There we go. No, we're good.
Okay.
That's the same thing that happened on that first broadcast.
Oh, yeah.
So then, this is the fill in the sheet.
kind of.
You remember on the very first lesson we did that Instapop thing where you just like fill in the blanks. You're like, this is so not songwriting. And then we get to the end of it, and then you play the song. You're like, oh, actually, that sounded kind of good. How did we do that? So then this is going to be kind of the same thing for lyric writing. It's not the actual lyrics, but it's going to give you all the details that you need to write a super generic but really decent, maybe, song. So the very first thing is, who is the singer? Are you singing as yourself, or are you singing from the perspective of someone else?
Oh.
Or are you just narrating a situation? You're talking about Joey and Bobby and whatever their summer plans or vacations.
Well,
or
for this song,
down at
I
the
want
swimming
to
hole.
talk about myself because.
Okay. Yes.
fun.
Right. Yes. So then you can do those. I have all those
That
spinners.
sounds so bad.
What?
I want to talk about myself because it's fun.
But
That
it's
is so
true.
weird. Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so then I'm going to make spinners like I did for all of the other things where you can just, for those of you who are like, but I don't know, which one is better, myself or should I be a character? I could be a character. No, I should probably be a narrator. You people, just pick one. But I'll make a spinner for you so the computer can make that decision for you. It'll be on the learnpianolive.com/songwriting page there. And then you got to figure out who the singer is addressing. So
Myself.
are you talking to yourself?
Talking to myself.
Okay, yeah.
So
So then,
sad.
but you could also be talking to one of the characters in the story. You could be talking to, again, I don't know, I keep saying boyfriend. You could be talking
like
to...
Grace Vanderwaal's Moonlight. It's talking about another girl. She always has a smile.
No, good, thank you. Yes, great. So she is talking to the audience about somebody else.
Yes.
Okay, so she's singing as herself. She's singing to the audience.
Yeah, about
a
someone
third
else.
person.
She always, yeah. Cause
Yeah, okay.
We
Cool.
when
So, and in that situation, wait, no. That wasn't going to ding you. I was going to ask you a question. In that song, is she the someone else? Is she the girl that she's talking about?
No.
Okay, because that's the thing, too.
She's talking about another person
Okay.
who's, like, apparently going through depression or something.
You could be the narrator in a story that you're telling about Kendra and somebody else.
The song is about Kendra.
Okay, that one is.
So good.
Okay, so then your main character, this could be anything. The list on this is ginormous, but some ideas, family member, friend, some stranger, a place, an object, an idea, any noun could be your main character that you are singing about. So, again, zebras. I really feel like we could have done that, but anyway. Because zebras, they're like black and white. That's just like me. It's either this thing or it's that thing. My brain is like a zebra. I don't know. I feel like...
I'm a little scared, to be honest, now.
Why no? It's a zebra. What else is black and white more than a zebra?
Newspaper.
And red all over. Okay. So the tense, you got to pick when this thing is happening, past, present, or future.
A skunk.
And then I gave you a list
It's also black and white.
Well, I guess I can be more like that than zebra.
And a cow. Some cows are black and white.
Brown. They're brown cows. There's no brown zebras. I'm going with zebras. They're the most black and white of anything, except for skunks.
Some cows.
Okay, so then emotion. I've given you a list here of some of the most, of course, there are people who have spent a lot of time thinking about what are all the different emotions. But these are some of the condensed, some of those lists condensed into a smaller thing. But again, each of these has their own sub emotion. So anticipation, as we already just talked about, like Kendra's got 2 songs now. One is Just Dreaming, where the anticipation is
I like reflection.
joyful. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. One of them is
Have I ever
joyful
done
anticipation.
that?
I'm excited about the future. And the other one's like this nervous anticipation. I don't know what's coming up. So each of these have their own emotion families. Then we've got triggers. So what was it that was, what compelled you to write this song? What happened? Did you acquire something? Did you gain a new love of your life? And so now you have to write a song about it because you're so excited. Did you lose the love of your life? So you're now writing a song about that. Are you wondering, does this person still like me? And all my examples are love songs. But I think you get the idea. Or you could just be remembering something, and there's usually a trigger for the reminiscing as well. So even if you're just thinking about, your again, relationship. What's the other thing? The dreaming thing. Yeah, so what's your trigger for dreaming? Your trigger was you got this YouTube channel thing going on, and then you're like, what? So that's your trigger, is the thing that started the whole thought process in the first place. Cool. That should be part of your song at some point, the trigger. Then your perspective. So how are you seeing the situation? Are you just trying, again, from a narrator's perspective, trying to describe what happened here? Those are going to be usually less compelling, but you've got here's how I saw it. Here's what I think happened. And maybe you think something else happened, but this is the way I saw the situation. Or here's how I felt about the situation, which is different from how I saw the situation. Or this is how I hope this thing is going to turn out, or this is how I'm afraid it's going to turn out. So what's your perspective on this? How are you trying to tell this story? You haven't dinged me yet. That's awesome. And then you've got the problem or the context and all of the details. And honestly, all of the lyrics go in this section. But the more things you can put in this worksheet on that line, the easier it's going to be for you later on, because you've already got the situation set up, right? So stories that you're going to tell, hey, tell me a story. Go ahead.
What?
Right, exactly. So it's oh, crud. All right, so I got to make up somebody, and I don't know what they're going to do yet, but I'm going to start telling the story, and then hopefully by the time I get to the point where they do something, I will have thought of something, right? But if I tell you, tell me the story of Little Red Riding Hood.
Little girl.
Right, so then, automatically, you don't know what you're going to say. There's no, right way to tell the story, but you've got this whole, you've got this thing that you already know all the characters, you know who they are, how they interact with each other, you know the details of the situation.
I have to do this really quick.
No, but it is. Instead of this blah, and you're trying oh, I don't know, I hope I don't run into a wall and I can't finish the story. You've got so many options. Here's how I'm going to tell the story, and here's all the details. And then it's way easier to tell the story of Little Red Riding Hood than just tell me a story, because you don't know what's going to happen yet. You haven't developed any. So fill in that line with as much stuff as you can. The resolution, like we talked about, this is the last line. So does it end up happy? Does it end up sad? Are you undetermined? Do you have mixed feelings about it? In your situation, you're ending up how?
I'm dreaming and I say I know I'm gonna get there one day.
Oh, so yeah, determined.
Great.
Yes.
Determination, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So then it's kind of a positive ending there.
Yeah.
So how's this thing all going to end? Helps a whole lot. How does Little Red Riding Hood end? Does she get eaten?
Wait. So her. Does she?
Maybe
wait. She.
Hansel and Gretel get cooked, right? No, the witch gets cooked. Anyway.
No.
We don't know any of our. I don't know any of my stories.
Little Red Riding Hood goes to her grandmother's house, and the wolf follows her.
Yes.
And then the wolf pretends to be her grandma.
Right.
And then Little Red Riding. Does she get eaten?
I feel like
Depends on what story you'll get.
Okay.
Like there's like the Brothers Grimm, which is always really
so
sad.
perfect examples. You can choose how your song is going to end.
Can we like?
Yeah, ding us both. We both. Right. Yeah. Me for Hansel and Gretel, and you for Little Red Riding Hood. Go ahead. Yeah. So then, like we said before, you want to start with probably the title and the first line and the last line. If you fill in this entire sheet, you should have the beginnings of some good lyrics and have a lot of places you can go from there. So I think
Can we start? Can we start? Can we start?
Oh
I'm excited. Can we start?
So this is the point at which I was going to say, and thanks for joining us.
No!
And we're going to end.
No! Don't end it. Don't, please.
So you were wanting to actually write these lyrics. Okay.
What was the plan for today?
Oh, to talk about how to write lyrics and give them some ideas. You
we were actually going to write
dreaming
a song.
Thing. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and outline it. So what are your let's say 3 verses. We're going to go verse, chorus. This makes more sense if you were in yesterday and the day before's lesson. Mostly 2 days ago when we talked about the chords and the format and stuff. Okay, so we're going to go verse, chorus. Verse, chorus.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for right now.
Oh.
Okay, we actually didn't talk about bridges. I don't know why. It feels like that should have been in there. Oh, we did. We glossed over it. So, hang on. Just hang on. Just a second. Okay, stick with me. So then, the bridges are the things where I said you should change the format of your song depending on what you need. Mm-hmm. So if you write 2 verses and a chorus, and then another verse, and then another chorus, and you feel like, well, this verse, though, here, this one needs more context. I didn't really describe, like, people aren't going to be able to make a jump from the first 2 to my third example. That's something way different. Then you stick a bridge in there to help. That's just like a little,
it all makes sense.
Footnote section. By the way, this thing also happened, which changed my situation. Now, instead of being excited anticipation, now I'm fearful anticipation, and you go into your third verse. So that's where the bridges go if you need that section. If you've decided ahead of time on like 2 days ago, if you decide you're going to have a bridge, then that might be very difficult to do with your lyric writing stuff because you can't just determine ahead of time what ideas and emotions you're going to have as you tell this story. Oh, that wasn't worthy of a ding. Let's go ahead. What are your 3 verses? Go ahead.
What?
You go on stage. You got a crowd.
I got a stage. I see blinding lights.
Yep.
It's overwhelming, but it's also exciting.
And as we go through this, we want to go back here and talk again about or just reconsider. Like, right. Are we taking into account our senses? Are we describing the situation, or are we showing our audience? Are we putting them in the situation? Right. Am I trying to ask them to see me in the situation, or am I allowing them to be with me in it?
I guess. Oh yeah.
So let's write some of this down. We won't get all the details, but I will let you outline a song here.
Cool.
So so verses.
And this will hopefully be recorded soon.
First one is stage, right? You're on the stage.
Should I just write stage?
Yeah, sure. That's the situation. The first one. What happens after that? So that's obviously you're at a concert, right?
So verse 1 is that I'm on stage.
You're at a concert,
and
everything's just so happy and so energetic, and
then
this is fantastic.
I wake up.
Wait, we're going verse 2 first.
Oh.
We haven't woken up yet. We still want to leave them in suspense.
I'm on stage.
How is this 14-year-old girl?
Breath.
Why have I never heard of her before? Right. But she's obviously.
I take a deep breath.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting ready. It's all just so great.
Flash forward a year, and you find yourself where? From the stage.
Oh.
Verse 2 is this other thing that you're dreaming of.
Okay.
You're on American Idol. I wouldn't use American Idol because
wait, it's coming back, isn't it?
What? Oh,
American Idol's coming back.
Really?
Yeah.
Good heavens, that thing won't die.
I think. Hey.
So.
I'm pretty sure.
So I wouldn't recommend using a company or a show that might not be around in 5 years, because when people hear your song in 5 years, you don't want them to get to the lyric American Idol and have them go, oh, this must have been written back in the 2000 2017s, back when American Idol
The
was kind of dying.
2017s.
I don't know what you call what we're in right now.
The 2010s.
The teens?
The
They're not going to
tens?
call it the teens. The tens. See?
See.
Okay.
Well-
It's not my fault. We need a second verse. Stage is the first one. Then we flash forward a year from there, and you are on TV.
The wind is blowing in my hair.
You're on TV.
Sorry, I had to do that. Okay, I'm on TV.
The wind can blow in your hair anytime. Do you feel better? Feel famous?
That wasn't wind, that was your breath.
That's fair. Okay, go. Stage,
TV.
TV. Yeah, sure. Or you could be like an actress in a movie, like you're singing in a movie. Okay. Okay. Then we've got a chorus. The chorus is, I'm just dreaming. I think you're going to have a hard time making this thing not feel sad. You're really going to have to watch your lyrics, because if you give me those two situations and then
I
you
wake up
sing,
and I feel hope and I know.
Okay, yeah, I'm just saying you're gonna have to watch your lyrics there, because I think as soon as you say I'm just dreaming, me and maybe millions of other people are gonna go, oh, she must be sad about this thing. So it's gonna be hard to bring us back from that emotion that you just sent us into by saying that thing. So anyway, third verse then is.
I don't know.
What happens after that?
Then I go back to sleep. I don't know.
No, what happens after the stage and the movie thing?
Interviews? I don't know. That's probably wouldn't fit in a song very well.
Sounds, yeah, boring.
Yeah.
Maybe we bump those two down then. Maybe that's verse 2 and 3.
Red carpet, Hollywood.
No, let's change it up. No, this is the one. After you have all of that, then you decide that that doesn't really bring happiness. And see, this is my own personal bias coming in. And then you decide that you're going to leave that life. And then you have your 2 kids on a ranch. And then you're so happy now because you're so fulfilled in your life. But you're just dreaming. Last chorus, the end. And for me, that's a compelling song because you put me in the emotion of all of those settings. And you're like, hey, best case scenario in my life, I'm going to be on stage. Best case scenario in my life, I'm going to be on TV or in the movies. And then best case scenario in my life, I'm going to be surrounded by people who love me and I'm going to have a happy life.
So the second one should be about love and family and
then you have to write your chorus in a way that's going to deal with all of those situations. The superficial, exciting ones of the first 2 verses. And then the third one is you're just surrounded by people who love you and you don't need the fame anymore. And then you do your last chorus and song's over.
Done. Is that it?
Well, and then we actually have to write the lyrics. That's just kind of the outline. But thanks for joining us. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's
now
okay,
we've got the start on a song.
We got this.
And I think if we spent like another hour or 2 on that, we could probably come up with something that was seriously not horrible.
Yeah.
So then this is where you tell your audience what? I'd forget.
Something like, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy it. If you like this video, you can check out my other videos on my channel. Follow me on Instagram at Kendra Dante's Music. And you should add.
I just say, love you. Good luck. Have fun. Back, like right there. Bye.
Okay.